Hermitcraft Infinity. Welcome back to Hermitcraft Infinity. All right, we are continuing with this massive Thaumcraft push. And I want to say right off that somebody in the comments suggested, and I'm sorry I don't remember your name, I'm terrible with that, but suggested that I should include bookcases in addition to the crystal clusters around the research table. So I've thrown these in here, and I have noticed that there are more than... Now, before, it was just the primal aspects that were lighting up like this, indicating they were getting some kind of help or charging or whatever. And now a few more of them have begun to light up. So I think there is indeed something to that, and we'll see. Now, I realize that this is probably far from an ideal layout here. So if you have an idea or suggestion or certain knowledge or whatever about what is the best layout for the bookcases and crystal clusters around the research table, do let me know. In fact, if you can, how about send me, tweet me a link, twitter.com/tinfoilchef. Tweet me a link to an image that shows a really good layout for this, and I will be more than happy to use it and credit you for telling me about it. I really appreciate that. All right, so last time I went through right on about 50 Thaumcraft research topics, and since then I went through the Thaumonomicon and I grabbed up all of the click to purchase the research items, and then I got more research notes, 34 more research notes. And that's not all, because I started up here at the top and I grabbed all the research notes that all the things that I hadn't researched. I got the research note for it, and I got about a little over halfway through the Apocrypha tab, working my way down, and I ran out of space. And so there is a whole lot more. The Thaumic bees, the Thaumic Energistics, there's more stuff in here, and so on. There's a whole lot yet that I haven't touched, and it's just amazing how much there is. There's even more in here than there used to be back in Thaumcraft 3, and I thought there was a lot then. So I'm going to continue powering through this. I will, as always, be showing the research results I get, but the main objective here is to power through all of this research and complete every last bit of it so that the researching phase of this can be called complete. And so with that, I'm going to get to it with the sanitizing soap. And here's my result for the sanitizing soap. That clicked in. Thaumium Fortress Armor. And here's the result I got for this one. Next up, Sanity Check. We all need that once in a while, don't we? And here's a solution for this one. Next up, Wand Focus Primal. Another forbidden knowledge. Minor, but forbidden. Okay, this one was a little tricky with a lot of short distances, but there's the solution I came up with. A little bit of warp there. Void Metal. Void Metal research solved. Next up, Wand-Focused Ender Rift. A pocket to the fourth dimension? Interesting. Also forbidden knowledge. And the solution for the Ender Rift Wand Focus. Next up, Wand Focus Uprising. And here's a solution I found for this one. And now fume dissipator. And there you have it, a fairly straightforward solution for that. The Thaumic Restorer. Thaumic Restorer solution I found. Now, transvector interface. And the solution for it. Next, mob summoning. Another forbidden knowledge. Mob summoning solved. That kind of sounds like a handy one. Spellbinding cloth. And the solution for spellbinding cloth. Next, infused crops. And the solution for this one, infused crops. And just as I was finishing that up, I had one of these little moments. Oops. It seems that I had thaumaria, and now flux flu. Yeah. Oh well. Onward. Blood Wand Core. More forbidden knowledge. Blood Wand Core research solved. Next, Bloody Scrivener's Tools. And the solution I found for Bloody Scrivener's Tools. And now, Living Wood Wand Core. And here's what I found for the Living Wood Wand Core. Next up, Taint Thistle. Okay. And here's what I found for the Taint Thistle. Sounds kind of like a nasty flower, actually. We'll find out sometime. The Euclidaceae. Euclidaceae research solved. And now Whisperweed. Whisperweed solved. Shovel of the Purifier. Shovel of the Purifier solution. Now Pickaxe of Distortion. And here's what I found for Pickaxe of Distortion. Next up, Crystal Scribing Tools. Crystal Scribing Tools solved. Umbral Rose is next. Umbral Rose solved. Next up, Wrath Cage. More forbidden knowledge. And the solution I found for Wrath Cage. Next up, Lord of Hellfire. And a somewhat circular solution for Lord of Hellfire. Enchantment Capitalist. That sounds profitable. And the solution I came up with for Enchantment Capitalist. Next, Enchantment Corrupting. And the solution for enchantment corruption. Enchantment wrath. When every problem is a nail, all you want is a bigger hammer. How true. And the solution I came up with for enchantment wrath. Whoops. All right. Next up, chameleon tools. And the solution for chameleon tools. I must say that some of these are getting to be rather involved. Since I've started, I've had to refill my ink 3 times so far. Because you use a little bit with every symbol you draw. And some more permanent warp. All right. Research notes, Axe of the Skull Taker. Now that sounds like fun. And the solution I found for Axe of the Skull Taker. And more warp. And Ring of Nutrition. And the solution for the Ring of Nutrition, it really is all that and a bag of chips. Next up, Thaumic Cake. And the solution I found for Thaumic Cake. Infernal Wand Core. More forbidden knowledge. And I found the research here for the Infernal Wand Core. And just as I finished that, I got another Eldritch Revelation. So I'm going to go ahead and get this one here, Sojourner's Wand Caps, and then we'll check that out. And here's the solution for the Sojourner's Wand Caps. I click that in, and now let's see what we got here. We have got new stuff all over the place. I'm mainly right now I'm looking for click to purchase or research that I can get notes for. And I'm not seeing any of that so far. Here we go. Alright, I'll take care of those. We have new stuff in Eldritch. We have a bunch of new stuff here. Okay. Eldritch Revelation. Seen beyond the bounds of infinity. Okay. Okay, I'm assuming that at some point as progression is made that this will clear itself up into something readable. Yeah. Alright, I am going to go through this thing, pick up all the click to purchase, and then get a new batch of research notes, and we'll continue. Well, as you can probably guess, hearing me record in a voiceover means that I had managed to record from this point on with my microphone disabled. I'm not exactly sure how it happened, but I discovered after finishing the recording that the option on Fraps to only capture while pushing space had been checked, and I can only assume that this happened in the off-camera phase between the last long clip and the start of the first one here, that in the process of moving windows around and whatnot while I was taking a break between sessions, that I managed to click that option, and that means that Fraps captured the game sound, but it did not capture my microphone. And ordinarily, when something like this happens, I will either undo what I had done and redo it again, basically do a second take, or I would opt to do something entirely different or related or something. And I couldn't do that in this case because the only way to undo doing the Thaumcraft research would be to arrange to have certain player files deleted from the server. And of course, the only effect that would have would be to set me back to ground zero in Thaumcraft and have to start all over again from scratch. And that was an unacceptable option. So I have elected to go ahead and leave this in here, silent and frustrating though it is, because there is no way to do it over. And I did intend this to be done. I tried to do this in such a way that basically you can see on the tooltips what the topic of the research note is, and I'm showing the results here so that you can pause the video if you desire to do something with those results. And so I'm leaving things in as it is, and in the future I will have to be a lot more careful about where I'm clicking, because it's clearly my own fault this situation happened. That said, in the next episode, I am going to do something besides the Thaumcraft research. I do still want to do a bunch more of it and get it finished out, but I realize that there are, I'm sure, people who don't want to see nothing but Thaumcraft research in a video. But at least now I've gotten to the point where there is a lot of stuff to be doing, and so we're going to be doing it. And so I will now say in advance, thanks for watching, take it easy, I'm out of here.